decided to re-energize yourself and recommit to 2010 and to be Olympic champion. What turned the corner for you mentally?
Working with Marina Anisina was a big change in my perception of what I wanted to do. After the Olympic season, it was so difficult to kind of pick myself up every day and go on the tour and perform for a lot of people every night and smile and be happy when, you know, I just went through two of the biggest disappointments in my career, the Olympics and the World Championships. And that's something that's very difficult to do. And Marina every day kind of brushed over everything from the last season and said, okay, what are you going to try in your show number today? And I want to see this, and I want you to try to improve this. And she gave me something to work towards. And I think I really started to turn it around when I did some shows in Japan in the summer, and I skated great, and the audience was so amazing to me, and it just showed me that it's something that I really enjoy doing and that I don't want to give up until I'm actually finished. And that was the big turning point in me wanting to continue for 4 more years.
Thanks. There seems to be some concern at the moment that TV ratings have dipped a little bit for figure skating, and I guess the ladies' side in the past has kind of carried the freight for driving those ratings. And so my question is, do you think that the men's side can play a meaningful part in getting the ratings back up? And what might it take for the men's competition to capture the public's interest a bit more?
There's always drama in every event. So for me as a skater and someone in the world, it's always interesting to watch. I love to watch ice dance. Yesterday, Gregory Petchikov were third in the compulsory, and that was shocking. I saw the junior ladies skate last night. They were incredible, especially the top 2 girls. There's always something in figure skating that draws you in and makes you want to see the stories, see the backstories behind these people. And I'm a skater, and I'm in the world, and that's something that's interesting for me. But to get someone sitting on their couch at home to tune in and watch, you have to be incredible every time, and you have to do all the right things and make a great first impression, and that's something I try to live by. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. And it's hard to get people that aren't in the world to understand everything you're doing, because it looks effortless, or it should look effortless. And nobody wants to watch you kind of just floating around and being perfect. They want to see people falling off of motorcycles and being in car accidents and running away from police officers. That's what people want to see, because it's exciting and entertaining. Skating is something that's beautiful, and it's an artistic sport, and it's a hard sell when you have football players being flipped over, you know, a whole line of other football players and things like that. So it's hard to go up against that, but men's figure skating I think is very exciting because we're doing the most technically demanding elements, but it's very hard to be perfect every time and to be that star that everyone tunes in to watch. And it's just going to be in a kind of a transition process, since we've kind of lost Michelle Kwan to, I don't know if she's retired yet, but she's not competing right now. And to lose her, it's of course going to dip our ratings because nobody knows who we are.
We have time for just a couple last questions over here.
Johnny, a lot of people may not know that you've had an opportunity to design for Dennis Petchikov this year, and I interviewed him, and he said that was an exciting process. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
I was honored to be a part of Melissa and Dennis, their season, and I tried to design something that wasn't so crazy and wasn't so out there, but they're doing an Adam and Eve theme, so it's very difficult to put them on the ice in something that isn't leaves around their wiggly parts. And it was definitely a difficult thing to come up with costumes, but I think in the end they came out well, and I was excited to put the apple on his hand too, because in the choreography there's a lot of motioning from him to her, and kind of like she should take the apple or she shouldn't take the apple, that kind of thing. So it was a very artistic process, and they're friends of mine, and I was honored that they asked me, and I'm happy I can be a part of someone else's season.
Any last question?
Just a quick follow-up to that and a very much more mundane question. Have you had any formal design training yet, or are you just doing this from instinct?
I'm doing it from instinct and from inspiration, and it can come from music or kind of a leaf floating around in a puddle next to the street. I'm very inspired by a lot of random things in design or in skating and music, anything. And